Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Lover's Alchemy. Today we're diving into the transformative power of love, how we can bridge ancient spiritual practices with modern relationship dynamics to create deeper, more meaningful connections. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply curious about the alchemy of love, this is for you. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore the magic that happens when we approach love with intention and vulnerability. You know, the ancient Greeks had it right. To love another deeply, we must first learn to love ourselves. They believed that self-awareness and self-love were the cornerstones of any meaningful relationship. It's like that oxygen mask on the airplane, right? You have to put yours on first before you can help anyone else. This analogy perfectly captures the essence of self-care and its importance in our daily lives. Self-love isn't selfish. It's the foundation. It's the bedrock upon which we build our capacity to love others. Without it, our relationships can become fragile and unbalanced. It's about recognizing our own worthiness, embracing our imperfections, and showing up for ourselves with compassion, especially when we stumble. This practice of self-compassion can transform our inner dialogue and, in turn, our outer world. Because let's be honest, we all stumble. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it's how we handle these moments that define us. We all have those moments of self-doubt, those inner critics that whisper lies. These voices can be loud and persistent, but they don't have to control us. But here's the thing. We get to choose how much power we give those voices. We have the ability to challenge them and rewrite the narrative. We can choose to believe them, or we can choose to challenge them with the truth of our own beauty and resilience. This choice is empowering and can lead to profound personal growth. So how do we cultivate this radical self-love? It's a journey that begins with small, intentional acts of kindness towards ourselves. It starts with small, intentional acts of kindness towards ourselves. These acts can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to breathe deeply and center ourselves. It's about listening to our needs, setting healthy boundaries, and forgiving ourselves when we fall short. These practices help us build a strong foundation of self-respect and self-worth. One of my favorite practices is journaling. It's a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. It's like having a conversation with your own soul, a space where you can be completely honest and vulnerable without judgment. This practice can reveal deep insights and foster a greater understanding of ourselves. Ask yourself, what do I truly desire in love? What are my deepest needs and how can I fulfill them? What am I afraid of? Identifying our fears can help us confront and overcome them. What parts of myself do I need to embrace fully? Acceptance is a key component of self-love. And don't worry about writing a novel. Start small. Even a few sentences can make a big difference. Write down one thing you love about yourself every day. This simple practice can shift your perspective and boost your self-esteem. It could be anything: your laugh, your kindness, your ability to make a mean cup of coffee. Celebrate these small but significant aspects of yourself. Over time, you'll notice how this simple practice shifts your energy and the way others connect with you. Your self-love will radiate outward, attracting positive and meaningful connections. Remember, you are worthy of love just as you are. Embrace your unique qualities and let them shine. And as you embrace your own wholeness, you become a magnet for deeper, more authentic connections with others. Your journey of self-love not only transforms your life, but also enriches the lives of those around you. We live in a world that's constantly vying for our attention, don't we? It's like we're always on, always connected, yet somehow we feel more disconnected than ever. Our phones are buzzing, deadlines are looming, and it feels like there's always something or someone demanding a piece of us. The constant barrage of notifications and the never-ending to-do lists can make it feel impossible to find a moment of peace. In the midst of all this noise, it's easy to lose sight of the present moment, the sacred space where true intimacy resides. It's in these quiet, undistracted moments that we can truly connect with ourselves and others. But here's the truth. Intimacy thrives in presence. It's not just about being physically close, it's about being mentally and emotionally present. It's about putting down our devices, silencing the mental chatter, and truly seeing and being seen by another human being. It's about making a conscious effort to be there, fully and completely. It's about creating a space where hearts can connect without distractions, where vulnerability can flourish without judgment. This kind of connection requires us to be open, to be willing to share our true selves. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done, right? And you're not wrong. In a world that's constantly pulling us in 1,000 different directions, cultivating presence takes practice. And you're not wrong. Cultivating presence takes practice, especially in a world that's constantly pulling us in 1,000 different directions. But the effort is worth it. But the rewards are immeasurable. The joy of truly connecting with another person, the deep sense of understanding and being understood, these are the moments that make life rich and meaningful. One of the most powerful practices for building intimacy is eye-gazing. It might sound a little unconventional, but it's incredibly effective. I know it might sound a little woo-woo, but trust me on this one. The simple act of looking into someone's eyes can create a profound connection. Find a quiet space with your partner or even a close friend. Make sure it's a place where you won't be interrupted. Sit comfortably facing each other and simply gaze into each other's eyes. Allow yourselves to be fully present in the moment. Don't worry about saying anything. Just breathe and allow yourselves to truly see and be seen. This is a moment of pure presence. You might feel a little awkward at first, but that's okay. It's natural to feel a bit uncomfortable when you're not used to this level of intimacy. Just keep breathing and allow the discomfort to melt away. With each breath, you'll find yourself relaxing more and more into the moment. As you continue to gaze, you'll likely start to feel a deepening connection, a sense of peace and presence that transcends words. This is where true intimacy begins to blossom. This practice is about more than just looking into someone's eyes. It's about seeing their soul, their essence. It's about connecting on a level that goes beyond the superficial. It's about allowing yourself to be seen in the same way, without masks or pretense. It's about being vulnerable and open, and in that shared vulnerability, something magical happens. Intimacy blossoms. It's in these moments of true connection that we find the richness and depth that make relationships so fulfilling. Let's talk about conflict, shall we? It's something we all experience, yet often shy away from discussing openly. Because let's be real, it's an inevitable part of any relationship. No matter how much we love or care for someone, disagreements are bound to happen. Whether it's with a partner, a family member, or a colleague, disagreements are bound to arise. It's a natural part of human interaction, and for many of us, conflict can feel scary, overwhelming, even threatening. It can trigger our deepest fears and insecurities. But what if we could shift our perspective on conflict? What if we could see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity? What if, instead of viewing it as something to be avoided at all costs, we could embrace it as an opportunity for growth, for deeper understanding, for strengthening the bonds that connect us? Imagine the possibilities. You see, conflict, when approached with intention and compassion, can be incredibly transformative. It can open doors to new levels of connection and insight. It's like alchemy, taking something seemingly negative and transmuting it into something beautiful and precious. This process requires patience and a willingness to see beyond the immediate discomfort. The key is to approach conflict not as a battle to be won or lost, but as a shared journey of discovery. It's about exploring new territories together. Instead of reacting defensively, trying to prove our point or protect our ego, we can choose curiosity. We can ask questions and seek to understand. We can ask ourselves, what is my partner really trying to communicate? What emotions are they experiencing right now? What unmet needs might be driving their behavior? How can I support them in feeling heard and valued? And this is where the real magic happens, when we can step outside of our own perspective and truly listen, not just with our ears, but with our hearts. This kind of listening fosters empathy and connection. When we can hold space for our loved ones' experiences, even if we don't fully understand them, we create a bridge of empathy and understanding. This bridge can withstand the storms of conflict. Now, this doesn't mean we have to agree with everything our loved ones say or do. It's perfectly okay to have different opinions, different perspectives. It's okay to have different opinions, different perspectives. These differences can actually enrich our relationships if we handle them with care. But when we can approach those differences with curiosity and compassion, we create a space where healthy dialogue can flourish, where conflicts can be transformed into opportunities for growth and deeper connection. This is the true essence of turning challenges into opportunities for growth. You know, we often think of love as this grand, sweeping emotion, something that's either there or not there. But what if I told you that love is not just a feeling, but a verb? It's an active choice we make every single day, in the big moments and the small, to show up for ourselves and the people we care about. It's about weaving rituals of connection into the fabric of our everyday lives, creating sacred spaces where love can flourish. And these rituals don't have to be elaborate or time-consuming. In fact, it's often the smallest gestures that speak the loudest. It's the way you listen, really listen, when your partner is sharing their heart with you. It's the way you offer a warm embrace after a long day. It's the way you choose forgiveness even when it's hard, because you understand that we're all human, all perfectly imperfect beings doing our best to navigate this messy, beautiful thing called life. It's about creating a space where vulnerability is welcomed, where imperfections are embraced, and where love is the guiding force in all your interactions. It's about choosing love over and over again, even when it's challenging, even when you feel hurt or disappointed. Because here's the thing about love, it's not always easy. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to show up even when it's uncomfortable. But the rewards are immeasurable. Love has the power to heal old wounds, to bridge seemingly insurmountable differences, and to create a sense of belonging and connection that nourishes our souls deeply. So, are you ready to turn love into your greatest transformation? If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs a little magic in their love life. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. What's one way you've transformed love in your life? I can't wait to hear your stories. Until next time, remember, love is the alchemy of the soul. Keep shining, and I'll see you soon.